I recently learned about the spotlight effect, which is this psychological phenomenon where people tend to overestimate how much people actually notice them. It's this feeling of constantly being in the quote unquote spotlight where you think everyone is observing you, your behavior, your mistakes, or your flaws. But in reality, most people are too busy thinking about themselves to keep track of your every move. We want to be successful, we want to be popular, be someone that you and others can be proud of and admire, and I get that, but I also want to encourage you to realize how much value there is in the state that you are now. And once you realize that, it's so freeing because if nobody's really paying that much attention, then guess what? You can use the fact that nobody knows who you are or what you're doing to your advantage. Welcome back to the It Girl Playbook. Today we will be exploring how your biggest advantage is the fact that nobody knows who you are yet. Many of us aren't really afraid of trying or even failing in that process. We just don't want to be seen failing. It's that public aspect of failure or being seen as a tryhard that holds us back. We're scared of being seen failing or we're scared to disappoint those who care about us and support us. But the thing is, no one judges you as harshly as you judge yourself. The spotlight effect is proof of this, which explains how we overestimate how much people notice and remember us. And it's because we inflate the fear we have inside us of getting judged, gossiped about, or letting people down. And the reality is that this is something that many of us experience. You're not alone. In fact, everyone else is possibly thinking the same thing. They're all too worried of someone catching their mistakes to even notice yours. Either that, or they're too focused on their own lives, pursuing their own goals, which is exactly what you should be doing as well. And on the off chance that someone really is that invested in your every move, that should be even more motivation, because if they have time to watch you and are putting in that effort to watch you, then you must be doing something right. So instead of holding yourself back, use that freedom, use that fact that no one's really paying that much attention to your advantage to go and do whatever it is that you're putting off and be whoever it is that you wish to be. That's the freedom in being unknown. Being unknown gives you that room to make mistakes that nobody's really keeping score of, because think about it, there's several examples of famous celebrities where one mistake makes headlines and has cost them a lot, whether in terms of bad publicity or even to the extent of their entire careers. Let's take this channel for example. The first few videos that I posted on this channel had maybe like 20 views combined, and so that gave me the freedom to explore, to experiment, and not care as much about making mistakes, because worst case scenario, 20 people will see it. Don't get me wrong, I love and appreciate how much this channel has grown, and I'm grateful for those 20 views we got early on, but the point I'm making is that the cost of a mistake is now a lot higher. That's why there's that saying, the higher you fly, the harder the fall. But now that we get that nobody's really watching you and that nobody really knows who you are yet, what do you do with that type of freedom? Be shameless. Most people quit before they even start because we're too scared of looking stupid. But since no one is really watching and since no one really knows who you are, have audacity, have no shame. In my culture, there is that saying we throw around about having thick skin. The saying goes that the thicker your skin is, the more you will achieve in life. And what it means is that the more you can tolerate rejection, embarrassment, or judgment, the further you'll go. Because the truth is, the people who make it big, the ones that glow up and level up into the highest version of themselves, aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who don't let that fear of being seen failing stop them. There is this book that I read, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and it talked about that same thing. It's okay to care, but the problem is that we care too much about the wrong things. We care more about how people view our goals and our efforts than us actually achieving it. This reminds me of an interview with Addison Rae where she was reflecting back on her early creator days. She was making so many videos that even she herself thought were cringy, and many people felt the same way. But she cared less about those opinions, even her own, and cared more about her goals of making it out of the content house and becoming a pop star. And we can all see now how that has worked in her favor. We cannot control how people will react to you, just Just like Addison couldn't control what people said about her, but what she can control is her reaction to it. And she chose to not let that hold her back. She knew that she had to get big enough first in order to move beyond the content house, and so she understood that being quote unquote cringe was a price she had to pay to achieve that. She was able to stomach that period of her life to be where she wanted to be. What are you willing to endure? Being cringe? Being seen as cringe? Having more audacity? There is this other creator who goes by Haleyy Baylee, and when I first learned of her, it was when she was doing these story times of her billionaire boyfriend. She built an entire brand off of this, and then in an interview she recently did, I come to find out that she didn't have a billionaire boyfriend. She made it up, and in fact, the apartment tour that she had done was right before she had to move out because she couldn't afford it. And that's quite bold to not only make up a fake relationship with a fake boyfriend, but to give him an entire name and the relationship an entire backstory. I'm sure there are many people who see this as building off of a lie, but if we zoom out, we basically witness her manifesting her dream life. She created something out of nothing. She capitalized on the fact that nobody knew her online and shared a curated version of herself, and I think there's something so empowering about that. She didn't wait for permission, she just went for it. She had the audacity to put it out there. And that's the beauty of being able to endure cringe, to being shameless and having audacity. It gives you that unique ability to become anyone you want to be. It opens the door to reinvention, which leads us to the next section, freedom to reinvent. You know how as a kid, everyone tells you that you can be anyone you want to be, but as we grow up, the expectations start piling on from society, from pressure to fit in with your friends, expectations from your parents, and even from ourselves. And over time, we find ourselves being trapped in a version of ourselves that we quote unquote should be. But here's the thing, you don't have to stay stuck in that version. You don't have to stay loyal to the limited version of yourself that you were years ago, to a version of yourself that you don't even like, to the version of yourself that's keeping you in the same situation, in the same cycle that you want to get out of. You're scared that people are going to say that you've changed, and yes, that is the whole point. As we go through life and as we go through phases in life, it forces us to naturally adopt new identities. When you graduate high school, you're now forced to learn what it's like to be a college student. When you graduate that, you're forced to learn what it's like to build a career. And when you enter a relationship for the first time, you learn how to be a good partner. We meet new versions of ourselves in so many different phases of our lives, and I think this is so incredibly empowering because with each of these phases, we're presented with this unique opportunity to reinvent ourselves and discover a better, a higher, more confident version of yourself in a unique new environment that nobody knows who you are. Nobody knew who Norma Jean was, and that gave her the ability to literally become anyone she wanted, and she chose to become the Marilyn Monroe. She completely reinvented herself when she entered Hollywood. Beyoncé said that she was quite reserved and shy, and so she created an alter ego called Sasha Fierce, who was confident and, well, as the name suggests, fierce. And so whether you are completely creating a new self-concept like Marilyn Monroe, or simply creating an alter ego that is a part of who you are, like Beyoncé, there's value in capitalizing on these new phases that we're thrown into, where you're met with new people and environments and nobody knows who you are. There's so many stories about people moving somewhere and they change completely, and it's because they no longer have to filter who they were or who they think they should be to fit into other people's expectation of them. And so if that means you have to physically move to a new environment to give you that freedom, then so be it. If you're starting social media and blocking everyone you know is what it will take, then so be it. If you're going through a major life event like starting a new job, starting a new school, going to a new gym, use the fact that nobody knows who you are to your advantage. We want to be successful, be famous, be popular, whatever the case may be, but I don't think many of us stop to realize the actual luxury we have of being where we are now. Being unknown doesn't just give you freedom, it gives you that underdog advantage. When you're the underdog, you get to move quietly, build in the dark, experiment without pressure. You just have room. room to grow, room to take shots, room to surprise people. So instead of being embarrassed that nobody knows who you are, being frustrated or disappointed that nobody knows who you are, use it to your freedom. Explore more, have more audacity, give yourself the ability to reinvent yourself. You cannot afford it more than you can now, because the biggest advantage that you'll ever have is that nobody knows who you are yet. That's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check out the It Girl newsletter for episode recaps, to join in on the conversation, and to help decide on what to explore next. I hope to see you in our next episode, and in the meantime, as always, stay hot. Bye!